Hello guys, welcome back to our channel.
Hi guys.
Bear with us, we don't have a camera girl today. Our little camera girl is busy. So I'm going to be going to Connecticut.
Jealous.
I know, I'm on my own because Sue has to work.
Yeah, I just started a new job at Stumpy's Hatchet House, guys.
Yay!
Come on
so
down.
Exciting! Definitely, I just gotta go check it out. I saw a bullseye in that picture, Sue. So that's a really good thing.
Yep,
That's
awesome. One. I had to
awesome.
take a picture of that.
I love it. Perfect spot. So y'all gotta go visit Sue over at Stumpy's, right? It's fun. Hatchet throwing is so much fun. It's like the best sport ever.
Yeah.
I can't even believe how much fun it is. Like,
It's great fun, guys, but I'll tell you what, there's a time and a place for it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Stumpy's is the place for it if you
It
come
is.
with the Fall River.
It is. It's amazing. It definitely is. It's so much fun. So I'm off to Connecticut on my own and going to visit Vanessa. Vanessa is our shaman for our paranormal team.
Yep, love Vanessa. How'd you meet Vanessa anyway?
Oh, it's kind of an interesting story. So I actually was at Lizzie's and I was just doing my daytime tours. And she was there with her sister and her niece. And they just were on my tour. And it was funny because I was looking for a shaman. I had even posted it on my Facebook. I think I needed it for one of the cases that I was working on. I needed a shaman. And so they just took the tour. They were kind of quiet. And then as they were leaving, I usually would stand on the stairs by the door.
Mm-hmm.
And we just started chatting. And I don't know why, but I said to her, I said, I'm actually looking for a shaman. She goes, I'm a shaman. I'm like, oh my God, that's weird, right?
One was brought to you.
Yeah, it was. Like I manifested her.
I'm looking
And
for money.
yeah, me too. So it was kind of funny because she gave me her phone number and then we chatted and she's like, oh, just consider me on the team. And she's been with me all of these years. I don't know how many, I've lost count, but it's been a while.
That's pretty cool. Good people.
Yeah, so it was pretty special. So she actually opened up her own shop in Connecticut called Crecent Moon. Wallingford, Connecticut, guys, on Center Street. If you ever want to go and visit, it's an amazing shop. And she's going to have a psychic fair. So I'm going to go. We'll see what happens. Do some filming, maybe get some footage from some of the psychics and talk about to Vanessa. Like she can kind of explain about what she does as a shaman. So it should be an interesting video, guys.
Can't wait to see you may
Yes.
go.
Yes. So wish me luck.
Good luck.
And I guess I'll just be the one to say, I'll do this. The end.
Go do this.
Little walkthrough of Vanessa's amazing shop. It's in an old Victorian. Look at the windows. Isn't that gorgeous? I would have loved to have lived in this house. Like, it is beautiful. So gorgeous. We're going to go over here and check out this. There's another window. And I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see the view, but it's almost like you're in the mountains. It's gorgeous. And we're going to go back here. Got a little cubbies back here. It's so cool. We walk through this little alleyway. And then she has more stuff. How cool is that? And there's Heather. Heather owns Got Books.
Hi.
Everybody needs to go online and buy some books from Heather or stop into Crecent Moon shop and get some books. She has an amazing collection. She has paranormal. She has horror. She has Wiccan. I've already chosen my books for the day. She's back in this great little cubby. Some amazing titles. I'm so excited. So guys, check out the view from Vanessa's porch. It's like Mayberry, RFD. How cool is that? I feel like I'm in the mountains. Okay guys, I feel like I am in amethyst heaven over here. Check out all of this beautiful amethyst. Traffic's a little loud out here, guys, but there we are. All our pendulums, all of Cindy's great little goodies over here in there. Cindy! Awesome.
Holy birds.
So I'm here with Vanessa. Vanessa is our shaman, and we're at her shop, Crecent Moon shop. So you want to kind of tell people a little bit about what you do? It's amazing stuff. It's really amazing.
Well, long time ago in the early 80s, I had an ankle injury that required surgery, and I was diagnosed with permanent pain and swelling. So after about 10 years of hobbling along on this ankle, I went to a healer, and she amazed me, and she cured my ankle, and it kind of woke something up inside me that I knew I was supposed to be doing this. So I mentored under her for 4 years. Her name was Louise O'Levy. She was also a crop circle investigator out in England and all around the world. So I started my healing apprentice and just practiced on family and acquaintances. And then I met a friend, Crazy Bear, who was the elder of a Native American tribe here in Connecticut. And he gave me my name, Elk Thunder. So then after about 15 years of the healing, I was introduced to the paranormal world, and I got my feet wet in that, and then more abilities started coming out, and I realized I was able to not only communicate and see spirit, I was also able to get rid of them, which a lot of people, do investigations and just say, yes, there's activity here, try this, try that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I've been given the gift to get rid of them.
And you work remotely, which is
and I work
helps us a
remotely.
lot. We use Vanessa on a lot of our cases, guys. She has helped us out so much. I'm always on the phone. And, well, we get things in our houses too that follow us home. Like Laura, my daughter Laura, called you. She had something really awful in her house the other night. And luckily Vanessa was still up and she can work remotely. So that helps a lot. And Vanessa's on our DLH Paranormal team as well. So she's just helped us out with so many cases.
Yeah, they come to me when they can't help the person that they're investigating.
Yeah.
And usually I resolve issues for you.
Yeah. So
And
it's amazing, and you're such a good healer.
Thank
Your
you.
energy is so good. Like, the shop feels so good, guys. You got to come visit. Like, seriously. What's the address again? It's
235 Center Street, Wallingford, Connecticut.
Yep, stop by. So I want to introduce Kenzie to you guys. Kenzie does a lot of really amazing things and readings. So do you want to tell everybody like kind of how you got into this and what you do?
Yeah,
exactly?
so I've always known I had a passion for animals. Since I was little, I could feel spirits around me. I never was really awakened to know what it was, but I would always have like that kind of feeling, the energies around me. And I always knew that like animals is my passion. So I do animal healing and I do pet mediumship. I do general mediumship. In the last year, all my gifts hit me at once. So it was kind of like this huge, massive awakening came over, and like I was starting to hear spirits. I was feeling things around me. It was really intense. Prior to the mediumship, I've always done animal healing. So I've shrunken my dog's tumors, doing a lot of holistic energy healing. I do a lot of nutrition healing, stuff like that. It's kind of my passion. But mainly what I do is animal healing. I do tarot, I do oracle. Mediumship is like my strong suit.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And how do people get in touch with you if they want a
So
reading?
right now, I have a Facebook group. It's called Loving Light, free and paid psychic and mediumship readings. Basically what I do is I have people join the group. Once a month, anybody can post for a free reading. And then other than that, we offer paid. We do some unapproved readers can practice tarot, practice learning. And that's mostly primarily where I do like my readings through. Other than that, it's local people reaching out to me to do a reading in person.
Aww,
but I do a lot of it even at work. Naturally, if a pet parent comes up with their pet and I can just sense there's something wrong. I help them with just a click of a diet. Most recently, there was a German Shepherd that came in that was losing his hair. He had sores all over him. He was really, really sick. And it was vet after vet after vet consistently, which I also have veterinary experience as well. So I switched the dog's food. I tried all these different solutions. I said try all of this at once, and within a month the dog was cured. It was something they were trying to cure forever. So I've cured a lot of animals. That's kind of my passion, is like rescuing them, curing them, fixing what the vets can't fix. So that's mainly what I do.
I love that.
Yeah, it's really awesome. It's really awesome, especially like when people reach out to me and things that I hear about their pets, and I'm like, did your dog like a cheeseburger? Or anything like that. People just get so like happy and emotional, so it's a really good feeling, and people are, you know, getting to connect with their pets that have passed on. Because for me, losing a pet a lot of times is worse than losing a human. So it's really difficult, yeah.
Heart-wrenching, it really is, you know.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my dog's paw print lately forever, so it's his actual paw print on me. But I also do live mediumship too, so it's not like if your pet is alive and your pet say it's stressed out, or why is it anxious, or why is it throwing up, or why is your dog not as social, especially in rescue cases. I'm able to kind of tell what happens to them if you don't know what happened to them, and what you can do to kind of get them more comfortable in a home too. So that's really important to me. It's pretty sad, Connecticut and a lot of states get rescue dogs from south. And down south they're pretty bad to these animals. A lot of abuse cases, a lot of terrible things happen to animals. So I work with a lot of rescues to kind of help get the animals used, and off of my energy I have my crystals that I use. I put the crystals on them, it helps calm the pets as well. So
Aww.
Yep.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time,
No
guys. Make
problem.
sure you contact her on her Facebook page. What is it again?
So it's Loving Light, free and paid psychic and mediumship readings. There's a butterfly logo on it. If you don't find it, you can always reach out to my personal account. It's Kenzie, Kenzi, Nicole Hilbert. And that's another way you can find me.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So Vanessa, you have your friend here. It's wonderful testimonial. You want to share that?
I sure do. This is my good friend Cindy. I've known her for many years, and I had texted her and asked her if she would come to my psychic fair, and she said she had just had knee surgery, wasn't sure if she could make it. So that was okay. A few nights later, I'm sitting at my desk on my laptop, and Cindy pops into my head, and I thought, well, what's going on with Cindy? So I was shown a picture of the inside of her knee. It looked all red and raw and swollen, and I said, ooh, that must be painful. So I had texted her, and I said, is everything okay? How's the knee coming? So she sent me a picture of her knee. It was so black and blue and swollen, and I went, wow, that looks very painful. So I told her I would do some healing work on it for her, which I did.
Yes, she did. And within one day, my leg went from being completely black and blue, not even any yellow in it, it wasn't going anywhere, it was completely black, to this.
Wow.
Hardly anything.
That's amazing.
And she walked here today.
Yep.
Wow.
2
I
weeks
was-
post-surgical total knee. And
Wow.
I have hardly, well, the swelling is still there, but this whole thing was completely black.
Oh my goodness.
Not even blue, it was just completely black.
Wow.
And the next day, I would say it was more than half gone. The day after that, by that next morning, it was completely gone. And this is the only spot that I really have left.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is.
Oh.
If I didn't see it with my own eyes, I
Yeah.
would have believed it. I
Wow, and
never
the
would have
doctor
believed
thought it looked good too. That's
Oh, my goodness,
awesomely
my physical
amazing.
therapist was
Wow.
like,
What did you do?
She was just, yes, she
Wow.
was flabbergasted.
Yep, well,
And so
to
I
tell her
told
about
her,
Vanessa.
I told her what Vanessa did do.
Yeah.
And she said, I absolutely believe it. But
Yeah.
she couldn't believe how wonderful it looked within a day and a half. It was just, it was like
Wow.
a miracle.
That's amazing. Well, thank you for sharing. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. All right, so I'm here with Randy. Randy does readings. He's amazing. I just had a reading done. Do you want to talk a little bit about how you got into this?
Yeah, sure. So my grandmother read playing cards, and my grandmother's sister, my aunt, she read playing cards, and my mother also read playing cards. I do tarot. separate than how they do. But when my grandmother read back in the 70s, it was really interesting because you know, my brother and I were in elementary school, parochial school actually, and so she would be babysitting us sometimes at her place, and so she's sitting there and we're in the living room playing games, going to have the TV on because she's right there and she's reading for people.
Oh, wow.
So something that I had grown up with, and then I remember telling some kids in school about it, and telling my mother, telling kids about it. She's like, don't say nothing about that, you know, because this is Catholic school back in the 70s. I remember my grandmother when I was in, I think it was 7th or 8th grade, she actually gave me a tarot deck that she had, even though she didn't do tarot. It was the old Rider-Waite deck, and it was put up by U.S. Games at the time. And on the cards, they had the meanings written on top and the bottom for the reverse cards, and I used to actually bring those in and do like little mini readings for kids at school.
Oh, that's so cute.
And but you couldn't let sister see you doing that.
Right, right.
And then she also had a book on card readings that she had gotten, and she actually gave me the book also that she had. So, you know, as you get older here, and I remember her giving me those things, so that really told me, even though she didn't say it back then, she was really showing me that she knew I could do this also. The fact that she gave me these things. She had a big clientele, and back then you had no business cards. Of course, there was no internet back then, and it was all word of mouth back then in the day.
Wow.
And yeah, it was pretty amazing.
And I thought it was so special because the cards that you used today were your grandma's, and then the little handkerchief that you put them out, that was for a scarf.
Yeah.
So that just really, like, that just was so special.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I have a lot of connections like that. I have these other cards that were my mother's cards that she used to use with the playing cards, because I mix those in sometimes. So I always have, you know, they're reminders of them. And even the tablecloth they have today, that was my mother's tablecloth.
Oh, that's right, yes.
So always these connections, you know. And so I've always kind of dabbled in tarot. I never really became, like fluent with it until some years back, because I always kind of struggle with doing the reading and what do you tell people, what do you say sometimes. And then it all just kind of clicked at one time for me.
Right, it seemed like your guides come through as well to help to show you how to present it as well.
They really do, because it's all about how they like tell me or show me. I shouldn't say so much tell, because they show me what I should tell somebody.
Right.
It's always like in a picture sometimes, and so it's like, well, tell them this, but they're showing me the example to tell the person.
Right, so that it makes sense, right.
And sometimes it makes sense to somebody, or I remember a lady I was reading for, and it was something with it was the beam. It was a beam in the house, and I was shown the beam, and I said, is there something with the beam in the house? She's like, I don't know what that is. And as the reading was going on, she mentioned something, and I said, that's your beam, because that's what's holding, I said, what you just said, that's what's holding the house together.
Wow.
So the beam, it wasn't like an actual real beam, but it was what she said, that's what holds the house, and so without that beam, it would all collapse.
Right.
So that was how the beam came to be in place for that reading.
That's amazing.
And there was another friend I read for, and as I'm reading for her, I was shown steps, like at the top of the stairway, and just shown the steps going down, and even with the rails. And I said, there's something with steps. What's with the steps? She says, I have no idea. I don't know. Well, she lived in an apartment building, and about 2 months later, her and her husband got to rent the first floor, and there were no more steps to climb.
That's
and I said,
what it was.
And she put it on Facebook. I said, Catherine, that's your steps. That's your steps. So sometimes it doesn't make sense because it hasn't happened yet. So when she said it on her Facebook page that she was moving to the first floor, and I went, oh my God, that's her steps.
Right, and on my reading, like Sue and I just went through a totally horrible time, and you picked up on that. That was the first thing that you picked up on, and you said, you know, there's chaos, but chaos is good because chaos brings the change, and we're working on doing different things now that we're not at the house anymore. We have some great things planned, and the other thing, and I'm very impatient about that, and you're like, no, you know, this was because I didn't tell you any of this stuff, and you were like, patience, you need patience, it's gonna happen, it's just not the right time right now, but it will happen. So it was amazing, like you just
Thanks.
picked up on all the things that are forefront in my life right now. So that was
Well,
great.
I always, and one thing I always stress with people, I always say, I don't want to know anything ahead of time.
Right,
I don't want to know what's going on in someone's life.
right,
And I always, for me, it's about using tarot. Tarot for me is about finding the story in the cards for people.
right,
So tarot tells me a story, and that's how I see the story for people.
yeah,
And I had a young girl just call me the other day on the phone. She wants to do a reading over the phone. And I said, I want to remind you of a couple of things. I said, it's not what you want to hear, it's what you need to hear. Well, what if I want to hear about these things in my life? And I said, well, I can't guarantee that's going to happen.
That's so funny because Kenzie said the same thing to me earlier. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, and it's very true, and I get some people that they get very frustrated. Well, I wanted to hear this, that, and this, and you didn't tell me that. And I said, because it wasn't the right time for it. And just
Right.
because that's like people when they go, like for a mediumship reading. You know, I want to hear from Uncle Max, and I want to hear from Auntie Fufu, and they don't come through. And you see, you know, same thing for a medium. You can't guarantee who's going to come through in a
Right.
mediumship reading.
Right.
It's like it's who needs to come through at the time.
Funny little side story. We have a close friend who's a psychic medium, and we get a special reading every year to talk to my mom. And my mom always comes through, but you don't know who else is going to come through. Well, Elizabeth came through, guys. Lizzie Borden.
Oh,
And
wow.
she goes like this. She goes, Liz? And it wasn't dawning on any of us. And then all of a sudden we're like, oh my God, it's Lizbeth. She came through.
Wow.
Like, just, it was great. Every time I'm around a psychic medium, she always comes through. And she did on our reading. And we were like, wow, we never expected that, you know. So you don't know
Yeah.
what's going to happen. You
Yeah.
can't make guarantees, and you don't know who's going to come through. So,
And sometimes I do get a mediumship thing comes through for me, and I don't really talk about that as part of the reading because it can happen sometimes. Like one time this lady I was reading for, and for me it's always like in a box, and then it's always on the left side, and it's very clear like a picture.
wow.
So it was the back of a young guy's head. It was the top of his head to his shoulder, and he had black hair, and he was pointing with his finger, his index finger, and I just saw the finger going around the back of his head like this, like in a circle. And I said, there's some young guy here, and he's going around like this with the finger around his head. Got black hair, and I said, he's doing this, and I don't know what that means.
Right.
And she goes, oh my God, I knew who that is. She says, it was a friend of hers that she had a long time ago. His brother was killed in an accident, and when he woke up the next day, she said that area on his black hair had all turned white.
Oh my God.
So I was like, oh, okay.
Wow, that's
So-
crazy, yeah.
It's interesting how he was showing me this.
Right.
I didn't know what it meant, but he knew,
That she would
but
know.
she would know what
He
that meant. So
validated. He was
really,
validating.
really very interesting.
It's amazing.
Really very interesting.
Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
speaking with me today.
Sure.
I really appreciate it. It's great. Oh, and how can people get in touch with you?
My website is cardreadingsbyrandy.com. All my information is on there. I do phone readings. I mostly do phone readings. If anyone wants to do a Google Meet reading, I also do those. If you would prefer to do that, I've become kind of Google Meet proficient from last year being home with the COVID. So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and this is not like my full-time job. This is on the side. So most time for readings, I always schedule them like in the evenings. But and all my information is on my website, and that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Oh, it's perfect. Thank you so much again.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys, so you know we can't leave without doing a spirit box to see if there's anybody in Vanessa's shop. Randy had felt something in here in this cool little corner. It's really
The book
neat.
nook.
Yeah, the book nook. So we're just going to do a quick spirit box session and see if we pick up on anything. Hang on, let's see. I just want to see if I can get the volume to go a little bit louder on this because I feel like it can. It's just,
Got a rock and roll spirit.
much better. So is there anybody here with us in Vanessa's shop that would like to speak with us? We had an amazing day today. What's your name, sir? This is Deb, I'm sorry. He said he's talking. This is Deb. And Vanessa's with me. We just wanted to chat and say hi. Who's everything here? Wondering who it was. Okay. Did this used to be your home? At one time? How long did you live here for? I said, how long have you lived here for? Did you pass away in this home? So what did you use this little area for? Was this your fort? Nice. That was a woman. You must have enjoyed sitting out here. What was your name? How many spirits reside here with Vanessa? Can you give us a number? Brody said 5. Did you pass away here in this home? Are you enjoying all of Tara's books? I am. This is amazing. Psychic Fair was so cool today, right? Are you loving Vanessa? You love having her energy, huh? In the space. She's amazing. Yep. Let me give you guys... Is there anybody you want to say hi to? What's the name of the woman that runs this shop? What is her name? Do you have any messages for Randy? He did amazing readings today. He's good.
Oh my God.
Another guy just said he's good.
Yeah,
They're liking you. Spirits like you.
that's amazing.
He is very good. Yep. I'll give you guys a couple more minutes. If there's anything else you'd like to say or tell us. Alright, I'll talk to you guys soon, okay? Bye. Bye, everyone. Awesome.
Very talkative. Nice.
Wow.
So I'm back from Connecticut. It was amazing.
Was it? Went well?
It was really fun. It was magical. Every time I go there, it's just, I don't know, it's just pure magic. And you
It's
know
a
that
magic shop.
it is. And I'm telling you that like that whole town is haunted. I don't know what it is about Wallingford, but even the restaurant we went to for dinner was haunted.
Wow.
We were sitting there, and I thought something brushed against the side of my head, and I looked, and there was nothing there. Something touched my head. Cindy had her drink right in front of her, and it slid like this, more towards her. And then someone touched Vanessa's head. So that was pretty cool. We didn't even pick a haunted place, but it ended up being haunted, which was really cool.
Was it haunted, or was somebody visiting
I
with
know,
you
I
while
was
you were
thinking
there?
that too, because we had been talking about her
Yeah,
earlier. So
I think you might
she
have
could
had a
have
friend
been,
along.
yeah, she could have been hanging with us, which I know she's doing all the time now. So
Yeah.
it very well could have been.
So other than that, who was it?
Oh my goodness, it was amazing. We ended up having so many people. And it was funny because I picked out a book. So her daughter Vanessa has this, it's called Got Books. So if you ever want books, guys, she has an amazing choice. She has like paranormal, she has Wiccan, she has horror, she has everything. So I was looking through the books and I saw one that caught my eye, and she said, oh, that author's coming today, because they know him. So it was great. So he showed up and he actually signed my book, which was really amazing. And we had a lot of people come in. We had, there were 2 readers. So,
Like psychics?
yep. One of the girls, she did like animal readings, she did tarot, oracle readings, and then the other one did various things, like mostly tarot, but it was really interesting. And
Did you
it
get
was
to
nice.
interview?
I did. So
Yeah?
I got to interview them. So the
Good.
interviews were fascinating. Vanessa talked about everything that she does, and then I did a little spirit box. Couldn't leave without a spirit box session,
We have to
right?
throw a spirit box session.
Yeah, you know that, guys. We have to do that, right? So it was just short. We went into the little area, the little book nook, because Randy, one of the psychic mediums, had said he felt something in there. Vanessa said it just used to be a little porch, but anyway, so we went in there, and a little boy came through. And then I said, what's your name? And he said, Ronnie. A woman said Vanessa. So they're there, and they're aware that Vanessa's there, and they're aware that it's Vanessa's shop. I said, how long have you lived here? And he goes, like, almost this man, like, almost like, he's like, what's that? Like, he couldn't make out what I said. I said, what did you use this area for? And a woman said, cool. So I think maybe because it was like a little porch area, it was a little cooler over there off to the side,
yeah, could be,
perhaps,
could
right?
be. That's an old house, right?
Yeah, it's an
Victorian.
old Victorian, so it's got a lot of years on it. And then I said, what's the name of the woman who owns this shop? And someone said Bentley. So maybe there was a Bentley that owned the shop. I don't know. Vanessa will have to do her research.
Yeah.
A woman said help, and we were talking about, I said, any messages for Randy? I said, he is really good. And one of the spirits goes, I know. Like, he already knows he's good. He made Randy really happy. A man said Doreen. And then I said, all right, because you know how we always ended out and we say, well, bye, everyone. This guy so matter-of-factly goes, we'll be in touch.
We'll be in touch.
Just like that. I'm like, oh, what does that mean? It's coming home with me. We'll be in touch. Right? Yeah. So all in all, it was a really magical day.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, it was fun. I have to get you up there next time.
Yeah, I
You
would
have to-
love to.
yeah.
But, I just started the job. I couldn't take time off.
I know. But we'll next time we'll get you up there and you can hang out with us in Wallingford. Cool little town, reminds me of Mayberry RFD. Every time I look down that street, that's what it reminds me of. It's so cool. It almost looks like mountains, like you're surrounded by mountains. Just magical. Of course, Vanessa would have a magical spot
Yeah.
and a magical place, right? Because she's magical. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, until next time, be sure to subscribe to our channel. So then you can get notifications and notifications of when we go live as well. And we love you guys.
Deb, what do we got coming up for them?
Oh, just wait on this, guys. So this is going to be amazing. We have an episode, The Oliver House in Middleborough, Massachusetts.
Cool old house, guys.
Like what, 1700s or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that.
Revolutionary War.
Yeah. and tons of activity. They have everything. They have pukwudgies out in the yard. They have shadow figures out in the yard.
Slaves, American Indians.
Yes, it's
Wow.
everything. Little dead children they have too. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's just layer upon layer upon layer of the paranormal. So, I mean, I can't wait to share it with you guys.
Stay tuned for that one, guys.
Yeah, for sure. So see, you have to subscribe because then you'll hear the little ding when it goes up. All right, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. We love you guys. Be sure to share the love. Bye.
Bye.